The music stops and I'm still dancing. Goldie, you're sounding terrific today.
Thank you, Howie.
As in every day, you are terrific. And now I'm going to bring out somebody terrific. My first guest started on Broadway in the lead of Annie, which means she played Annie. Her film credits include L.A. Story, Honeymoon in Vegas, First Wives Club, and now starring in HBO's Sex and the City. Please welcome Sarah Jessica Parker. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Well, you look great.
Nice to be here. Oh, thank you. As do you. You have very pretty skin.
I have pretty skin?
Yeah, it's really nice and even, and it's really pretty.
It is pretty.
Yeah,
you know,
I
just
blessed.
I am blessed to have pretty skin, even as a guy.
No, it's lovely.
Well, you have pretty skin too, but you know, as a guy,
I have a lot of makeup on.
Do you?
I mean,
well,
I saw you without makeup earlier.
Right. We can. I just came backstage. I come backstage and I say hello and I say welcome and I say thank you for being here.
Yes.
So you saw my skin and I was feeling, that's why I came in. I said, do I look pretty? And they said yes.
No, you
and
know
then I thought I can come in.
You didn't even ask. You just presented yourself and let us make the decisions and judgments.
That's the nicest compliment I've got all day.
No, you have beautiful skin. You're a lovely looking man.
Well, thank you. You're embarrassing me. And you're a lovely Now,
but that's not what I came here to tell you.
No, you didn't come here. Well, I've got some questions. We're going to talk about Sex and the City, which is a great show. I've seen a lot of them. You've been doing work for for years and years, since you were a kid, even before Annie.
That's right. Yeah.
When did you start? Where are you from? I have no idea where you're from.
What's wrong with you? Where am I from? Oh, right. Where am I from?
Like where you were born.
I was born in a teeny tiny weeny town in Ohio called Nelsonville, which is just a
teeny tiny weeny town.
Yes, it's a wee town.
Pardon me?
It's a wee town.
It's a wee town. There was just you.
and then I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio, until I was about 11 years old. And then when I was 11 years old, I moved to New York City.
So did you start your career in Cincinnati?
Yes, I started acting at about age 8. Are you familiar with the mini page? Do any of you guys have that in your local papers?
A mini page?
It's I think a way of encouraging young people to read. It's a page devoted to young people in most newspapers around the country. And there was just a little ad in there, a wee ad, and
weenie ad.
A weenie ad that said they were looking for the little girl to play the little match girl in this NBC production of The Little Match Girl. And I don't know what possessed me, but I just asked my mother if I might audition for it, and which was even stranger, she said yes. And I ended up getting the job, which is, of course, the strangest of all.
Why? Well, you're very good.
No,
was that a fun job for you?
Oh, it was fabulous, because I was paid $500. This was in 1972 or '3, and then they gave me $5 at the end of the day, cash, so that I could get a meal on my way to ballet class. The understanding that I was out shooting in time to get to my ballet class.
So you had $5?
$5 whole dollars. At the time, hamburgers were about 10 cents at McDonald's.
Right.
And Baskin-Robbins ice cream cone was about 25 cents. So you can do the math. I mean, there was a huge amount left over.
So that's great.
And I was one of 8 kids, and we didn't have a lot of money. So, I mean, to me, it was like, eureka.
Well, you know, at the end of this show, you get $6 and we give you a Whopper.
Oh, really? I can see the lure. But it was an amazing, you know, because I didn't have to babysit for the money. People indulged me and treated me really well.
So that was a smash hit for you, and then you said you want to pursue this further?
I said I for sure want to do this.
So the whole
because
family?
I don't have to go to school either. I had missed school for 5 days.
But that's not a good thing necessarily for everyone, right?
Of course not. No,
kids are watching.
Of course, no.
No, it's not
but
good.
you can see how
it's fun to miss
that
school,
might
but
seem
not necessarily
seductive.
good. It would.
Yeah, it's fun to miss school, but it's not good.
That's right. It's a message that we have to get out there. Now, and then you went from that job. You went to you said to your mom, "I want to move to New York."
I said, "Everybody, give up everything you have here in Ohio for me, and move to New York City." No, it didn't work out quite like that.
You're just kidding.
Coincidentally, yeah, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Because I do have other siblings that are also the center of attention, not just me. And so anyway, my family coincidentally sort of kind of moved to New York City, and then I was able to pursue this vocation.
And you got Annie. And
I did another play on Broadway first called The Innocents, which was this very spooky play about, it was the turn of the screw for the stage. Do you know that story?
No.
It's about 2 possessed children.
Really?
Yeah, they're really
Is it scary?
crazy.
It was like a horror
It's
theater piece?
very scary. It's an old turn-of-the-century novel.
Right.
And there's these two children in England, and they're very scary and possessed, and they see their old governess who's had a violent death.
Really?
Anyway, it's not nearly as
That doesn't
interesting as
sound-
Annie, is it?
No, you went from a violent death thriller
to like a child
The
without
Sun Will
pupils
Come Out
and
Tomorrow.
a red wig. Yeah, a natural transition for most people.
And now you're not the only one in your family that was in the business,
No.
right?
I have a brother, Toby, Timothy Britton.
Right.
Who's an actor. He's a very talented actor. My brother Pippin is a writer.
Right.
My little sister
Pippin
Megan.
Parker?
That's right.
Wow. It's okay if you laugh at it, but I'm laughing on the inside,
because of
right?
the way you said it.
Well, that's his name, right? Pippin Parker?
That's his name.
It's hard to say.
He's
but
named after Pip in Great Expectations.
Right.
They had a lot.
And the Parker
he was
from
the first.
From your dad.
Yes.
But so you also met your husband. For those of you that don't know, she's married to Matthew Broderick, and you met your husband. Well,
I met my husband.
working with your brother, right?
He was directing my brother in a play in
Right.
New York, Toby.
So, Toby's not as funny as Pippin. I don't mean as a person,
Sorry.
I meant his name.
They're both very funny, of course.
Yes.
Anyway, which is the fellow that nods? Are you the nodder?
Yes.
Oh.
It's his birthday today.
I understand. Oh, happy birthday. There's a nod.
It does just not. It just does that.
Because he reminds me of some relatives of mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Pippin.
No.
Because that would be a much
More
older
of the
brother.
extended family.
Yeah.
The ones
So
we
you
don't
met-
see as
you met
much.
Matthew?
Anyway, I met Matthew because he was directing my brother Toby in a play.
Right.
And I actually was going to the movies with my brother Pippin.
Right.
And I got there and there was Matthew.
And love at first
Well,
sight?
I can't speak for him, but I was
Smitten.
enamored.
Enamored.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we couldn't really date for a few months because both of us were, well, our dance cards were full.
Right.
It
So
would
did
not
you
have been
sneak
legal.
off places?
No,
Did you-
no.
You're
We
just saying that 'cause it's TV.
No. We were, everything was legal, like a completely
Legal?
square. Yeah, like.
Yes. That's good. But then you got together.
Yeah.
And you got married.
When it was legal.
And you
March
were
1st.
March 1st.
Yeah.
So
that was our
yeah,
first date.
That was the first date?
That was our very
But you got
first
married
date.
in May.
May of this past year, yes.
Right. And that was like a big secret. Nobody knew that you were getting married. You didn't tell anybody.
That's right. We
And-
told us some close friends and some family, of course.
Right.
And not that we didn't want to presume that anyone really cared, of course, but in case they did, we wanted to have a sort of
We have a
private
picture of your
ceremony.
wedding.
Oh, you did?
Well, that's not it. That's my name. But
Because I don't recall that as my experience
there
at
you
all.
are.
Oh, God.
What? Well, you look
Anyway.
beautiful. You don't like seeing your wedding picture?
No, I don't like seeing any pictures of me, but anyway.
Really?
No.
Do you watch yourself on TV or in the movies?
Very rarely.
You don't have to. I'll take it.
Oh,
Get it
okay.
away. Get away. Get away. Get it away. She's
Very
uncomfortable.
rarely.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
That's okay.
Okay, there you
That's okay. I don't want to deprive the viewers at home.
go. You want to see my name?
Yeah, that
You can
is,
look
makes
at that.
I'm
It's kinda
comfortable
cool.
with that. The graphics are nice for your name.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, we're going to talk about a lot more. You're going to
okay.
hang out, right?
Yeah.
This is fun. This is fun. Hope you're having fun, too. I'll be back with more of Jessica Parker.
Closed captioning for the Howie Mandel Show is brought to you by...
I'm back with Sarah Jessica Parker, and so are you. So we were talking about your marriage and that. Now it's been over a year now. Did you have a big anniversary? Did you do something special for your anniversary?
Not really, because both he was working and I was working. We were able to have dinner, which was unexpected, so that was really nice. But we didn't get to have.
You didn't celebrate?
We celebrate every day, Howie.
That's the beauty. Oh, that is very nice.
We don't need a date, you know?
Every day's a special
Every
day.
day is special.
Special day. Now you've been married for a year, and I'm not
Yes.
trying to rush you. Is there any talk of children?
I would say that in the future there will be some children.
Not the near future? Do you not want to do that real fast, or
I would like to have children very much. It's just hard to figure it out because of work.
figure what out?
Well, you know.
when we go to commercial again, I could kind of fill you in on how that works. We have the Niagara Man here. Really, because
I
of
was
career?
actually referring to work commitments.
Oh, really?
But the former too is No, I'm kidding. There's just some work stuff to figure out, but I very much want a family, and I think Matthew does, and we're looking forward to it, and I look forward very much to being a mother. I mean,
Good.
I hope to be a good mother, but
I think you probably will be.
I hope so.
Well, you grew up in a big family, so you must have, you kind of have that instinct. Did you have younger siblings?
There's 4 younger than me and 3 older, and so I certainly was taught, I think, very good parenting skills because it was forced upon the older children, you know what I mean? Like the younger children were our charges.
Right.
That was
so you have those skills.
Yeah, but I could also lose my temper with them. They weren't mine. I just hope
but you
that
can
I'm
lose
a
temper
good
with
parent.
children. I have 3 children.
Yeah.
You can lose temper with them.
You can.
Well, you're supposed to.
You must.
It's your job.
You must, yeah.
Sometimes I don't even feel like losing my temper, but I know
You
it's my
just do,
job.
out of obligation.
I go, get out! Why? It's just my job. That's what you
It's
have.
a really balanced home.
You do.
You don't want to spoil them.
No, and that's what I try.
So
hard.
occasionally just a little
Now
bit of
to
discipline.
segue.
Yeah.
Watch me segue, because I'm new at this, right? We're talking about children.
Sex.
Let's Sex in the City.
Sex in the City, yeah.
But you know what? That is a good, because
It's
without sex,
excellent.
you can't have children. So, you're doing this new show,
Yes.
which I've seen many episodes of, and am enjoying. Are you enjoying it?
It was one of the best experiences I've ever had, and I've not seen all the shows, but the ones I've seen, I think are funny and smart. I'm very pleased with it.
For the people at home that haven't had the chance to see it yet, why don't you explain a little bit about what the show is?
Okay, you have 1 more week, and then I won't explain it anymore. I'm just kidding. It's on HBO. And it's about.
You can say HBO here.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, this is not a network show. You
Sunday
can say
nights.
HBO.
HBO. It's on Sunday nights at 9, and it's about New York City. It's about a woman in New York who writes a column called "Sex in the City," and she writes a column about sex and relationships in New York City, including her own. And she is a participant, and occasionally in her columns. And you know, New York is a unique world, and therefore the dating experiences and mating rituals in New York City are.
You know, as a guy watching this, the women in the show talk about sex
In a rather candid way.
Well, like I would think guys talk about sex. I didn't know women. Is that realistic? Do women talk about sex like that?
There are women that are that forthright, yes.
That you know?
I have known some.
You have known some? Let's look at a clip from the show. You want to set this clip up?
Oh, right. So this is there's this fella that I'm interested in who's our paths have crossed on a few occasions, and his name is Mr. Big. Now, none of the men on our show have names. They all are Mr. Perfect, Mr. Big, artist guy, groovy guy, too young guy, Mr. Perfect, and this is Mr. Big, and he is really the fella that I'm most interested in. And this is our first official date. And anyway, I have this dress that I'm concerned might be too revealing. And so this is my first date with Mr. Big, and my best friends are all there, and they're helping me, or something like that. Is that good enough?
That's very good.
Okay,
Let's
good.
take a look at Mr. Big. I love how you break the fourth wall in that show. It's kind of an interesting
It's
show.
hard to do.
How many of these are you doing?
It will be there. We did 12 of them
Right.
this year, and perhaps we'll do more next year. And I guess they're on throughout the rest of the summer.
Well, that's great. So we still can watch them.
Oh,
and they're on.
yes.
It's on Sunday.
There's
Is it on
7 more salty, ribald episodes to come.
7 more salty, ribald episodes to come. I couldn't have said it better myself. Now, I want to thank you so much for being here. And I want to say come back anytime. But will you stay with us and play?
I'd be delighted to.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for
We're going to
having
be
me.
back with Montel Williams right after this.